All right, the reason why mental health is a taboo subject in the black community is because of if you look at the very inception of black people, and I'm talking about in terms of the racial construct, yeah, the term black, and then you look at the history in terms of slavery, then post-slavery, yeah, there's certain things that's been happening, yeah. Now, it comes down to the education, right? As well. It comes down to the fact of initially what some black people want to do is they want to feel equal in society. They want to be treated right. Yeah. But what's funny, not funny, but what's intriguing to me is this. It's all perception. What I mean by that is the reason why it is a stigma and why it's a taboo subject is because it's all perception. They want people to. It's like, how can I put this into short words? It's like, imagine this, yeah. If I do something, or no, forget me. Let's say if you do something, right, in particular field that you're interested in, let's just say the medical field, and then let's just say a white person does something in the medical field. Yeah, you're both studying. Now, the person, what tends to happen is, yeah, the black person can still get a job, but the white person may get the job ahead of you and may get more money, even though you're both the same age, went to the same uni, studied at the same, you know what I mean? And you probably were roommates. Now watch this. If you were to explain to that person that something ain't right, and you know something ain't right, but in your mind, you know if you complain, you're gonna seem you're gonna seem like you're moaning, you're complaining, you're ungrateful. Do you see how it works? So there's so many levels when it comes to mental health in terms of, you know what I mean? Like even in the work, that's the workforce, but even in so many aspects of life. So it's a thing of, okay, that's why it's a taboo because you don't want to be perceived in a certain way. That's just a fact. You just don't want to be perceived in a certain way. Because look, I remember, you know what's mad, yeah? Not mad, see, we're talking about mental health. But I remember, like, growing up, yeah, and knowing the reason why I was in foster care. And without going into too much detail of why I was put in foster care, like, some people would ask me, oh, why are you in foster care? Why don't you live with your mom? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I I remember one time, just one time, I said something and I said the real situation. From that person, I was never treated the same again. You see what I'm saying? That's all it took. And it's interesting me saying that now. You know what I mean? Even now I'm being more cautious, but you can kind of get the gist of what I'm talking about. But now I'm at the mindset where I just don't give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? I just don't give a fuck how anyone wants to treat me. You're lucky. For me, I have the mindset of you're lucky to be a part of my life. You see what I mean? You are lucky. You're fortunate. So don't get too cocky and confident and think that, you know what I mean? But anyway, I digress. But the point I'm trying to make is, again, it's perception because they start to treat you in a similar way. I mean, you deep it like, but that's not, you know what I mean? And then you end up making it more or less sort of your reality because it's like, so sometimes you have to put up and shut up and not say anything. And then, you know what I mean? Like, it's so mad because if you think about the racism that people go through experiencing at work, but they can't say nothing. You know why? Because they don't want to be perceived in a certain way. But they have every right to feel how they feel. It's like even if they're on the phone to their friends at work, or well, they're on their break, they're on their phone, and you know they may sound loud and they're laughing, all that stuff there, but to their colleagues, they're being loud and aggressive. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's the little minute things that mean a great deal, but it's the perception that you don't want to give off. So that's why, again, it's sort of a taboo subject, because it's like, you're like, hang on, you want to keep hold of this particular position or this job or whatever the case is. You don't want to be perceived there's so many levels to it. I don't want to just relate it to work, but there's levels to it. There's levels to it. So what I'm going to suggest is this. You need to get to that mindset where you just don't give a fuck. Yeah? Tell your story, express your feelings, yeah, and do what the fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? And here's the other thing as well. See, for men it's different. You don't necessarily have to express your feelings, but you can, if there's a problem, then try and solve that problem. You know what I'm saying? Don't just talk for the sake of talking, innit? Even me now, I'm just talking because I'm going to present a solution. You see what I mean? Now, if you're a woman, it's kind of different. Yes, there's double standards. Women, you get the opportunity to express your feelings and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then it's up for the man's job to try and see how they can solve that situation. And I understand that some women, they don't want the problem to be solved. They just want to be heard. So you got to try and decipher that. You know what I mean? But other than that, you'll be able to learn how to manage your mental health and all that stuff there. If you click the link in the description box below, so become a member of the Thealkebulantrust, you'll get access to online courses such as healthcare, and that's where you can learn all of that vital piece of information right there. So if you've got any other suggestions, any other videos you want to do on, go ahead, leave it in the comment section below. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff there. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next.